Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for being here. Today, as you know, we will present our findings because we know that Bernard Synthetics want that most of the employees return to work in person. So thanks, Veronica, Sangeeta, and Aman for giving us this time. We will present our findings. First, Veronica will share our agenda and all of the points that we are talked today. This information is also in your email, but it's physically here if you want to write some notes. So Kulvinder will start presenting.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we will start now.
Thank you, Lupita. So firstly, I will introduce myself. My name is Kulvinder Kaur, and these are my team members, Leona, Guadalupe, Yvette, and Nika. Today we will present our case study, Bernard Synthetic Company, return to work in person. So before starting the presentation, firstly I will read the land acknowledgement. RRC Polytech campuses are located on the land of Anishinaabe, Innuwak, New Dakota, and Dene, and the national homeland of the Red River Métis. We recognize and honor Treaty 3 Territory Shale Lake Pudi First Nation, the source of Winnipeg's drink cleaning water. In addition, we acknowledge treaty territories which provide us with access to electricity, which is in both our personal and professional life. So now I will. This is our agenda. Firstly, I will explain about the background of the company, problems, and we will also explain about the existing survey results, secondary sources, new survey results, and conclusion and recommendation, and finally our references. My background is this company this company Bernard Synthetic Company is a domestic company, and it was founded around in 1980. So the product of this company is synthetic packaging and fabric. Moreover, this company is based in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and the number of full time staff is around 246, and this company has a 155 offices and 91 workshops and test labs. Moreover, the majority of the staff member working from the out of the world, like they are not born here in Canada. They are from Philippines, China, Nigeria, and Brazil. So the reason why Bernard Synthetic Company inspired their employees to return in person, because 30% employees have a more than 10-year experience, and the employees who are working on the manager position, they have a 50 plus experience. So that's why company really want to inspire them to return in person, because after the COVID-19, their priorities, their way of working is changed. So that's the reason that company facing a lot of problems. The first problem employees are faced, like they don't want to return in person because I already mentioned that because of the COVID period, their priorities, their way of working is changed. They are enjoying their flexible working hours. So the second problem that company is facing, how they can address this problem, and what kind of norms and policies they can develop to for the company, for the employees, so that they can return in person. So, and the final problem that if they are deciding that they will give them incentives or policy, they can develop some policies, then what kind of policies they will develop so that company will not affect too much, their budget not disbalance too much. So this is the problem, these kind of problems that company as well as employees are going through. So now I for the existing survey, I will give the floor to Leona, who will explain much better.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Cole. Yeah. Thank you, Cole, for giving us the background and highlighting the problem. What is this case is all about? And so, as she mentioned earlier, there's a case study of there's a problem of in influencing or inviting them to return from working from home to work in the office. And so they had Bernard Synthetics had this survey, and it was conducted on the 27th of August to 15th of September last 2022. Clearly, that was 3 years ago, as you can see, and now we're here in 2025. So probably some of the results of this survey might vary as we go along with our presentation. We conducted a primary research that is related to this one. And so for the survey name, it was the work from home policy. As we mentioned earlier, it's to convince them to return on from working from home to working in the office. And there are, out of 246 employees, the total number of employees, only 138 answered the survey or responded to the survey. And I believe that Bernard Synthetics did this survey in order to support and to make it feasible as we go along with our survey, as we go along with our case study. And to begin, there are 14 questions initially, but we just focused on 5 questions. And to begin with the first question, we would like, Bernard Synthetics, of course, would like to consider how long they've been working in the company. As you can see here in our horizontal graph, you can see that on the 4 to 6 years, there are 40 employees. And then for 10 years and more, there are 41 employees. So it's a good reflection of how Bernard Synthetics can consider the incentives that they will give with the number of years that their employees are working in their company with when it comes to loyalty. And now for the figure number two, for the second question, it's about the department where all the numbers of employees in each department. And you can see here, it is pretty obvious that there's 25 employees in the administration, as you can see from the second one, and another 25 employees in the marketing. Again, this will support the incentives that we will give our staff. I mean, the Baronet Synthetics will give incentives to their employees. And for the figure number three, actually, in figure number three and figure number four, it's quite similar because Baronet Synthetics consider the emotions or the feelings of their staff, of how they feel when working from home. So 64 of them said that they really love it. It was quite rational because similar to working in person, the first one was working from home and this time is working in person. It's almost similar. 40% said that they love it. So, you can see that they're like equal numbers and it's hard to weigh in which one they will consider. And now down to the fifth question, to the last question in the survey. We Bernard Synthetics asked in their survey the incentives that they prefer. And on that time, way back in 2022, there are 12 respondents who said they consider the on-site taker. Again, this might vary because this was taken 3 years ago. And there's also like a staff kitchen. They want to improve a staff kitchen. And for this one, I want you to keep this in mind that it will appear later on in our second primary research or the survey that we conducted. And 14 of them said nothing. And so now to carry on with our presentation, with our case study, I will pass the floor to Yvette.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Yvette, and as Leona was talking to us that about the survey that your company did was in 2021. So we consider that we have to refresh a little bit the numbers and the opinion of the employees. Yeah, so we decided to make a second survey, and for that we did a research. And basically, our research is based on the problems that other companies have faced, and also the solutions that they have give to that problems during the transition from to work from home to work to office, to return to office. So based on that research, we found that the most common problems for this are that the full-time office will affect the environment and will have a little bit, they will push the satisfaction and the retention of the employees. Also, we found that companies that like Amazon, big companies like Amazon, Google, Starbucks, have a few letters from the employees just to negotiate a better agreements, a better work agreements with them to come to back to work in person. Also, we found that in a specific case of the Canadian environment, the work environment, we found that Canadian workers starts to find new jobs. So this means that they are thinking about quit if the companies push them to go back to work in person. And finally, we found that a few companies receive some solutions from employees to have hybrid plans. This means that sometimes they want to work at home again, and they can want to continue working at home, and now they want to and then another days at office. So for these problems, we found that a few solutions. Also, a lot of companies decide to change their policies, their strategies, just to try to convince employees and not lose them to go back to companies to work in person. So these main solutions that we found in our research were um, flexible schedules. This means that a lot of people wants to start earlier or would like to start later, just to avoid some problems with traffic and with running time on mornings, rush hours. Just the main point is avoid rush hours. So also, a lot of companies are creating healthy work environments. This means that the companies are creating special spaces for workers just to relax and have and feel more comfortable as if they were at home. Another solution that we found is that a lot of companies are giving incentives to the employees. This means that they are offering free food, free parking. Some of them are offering gym or a few spaces to relax or to just to have a moment alone, things like that, just to relax and continue working. And the last solution that we found is that a lot of companies are creating times and spaces for employees to reconnect. This means that we during the pandemic time we spent a lot of time in our houses. So now they want to that the employees reconnect with each other, so they can just improve the work environment. These are the problems and the solutions we found. So with this research, we create a second survey, and for that, Veronica is going to talk and explain us our new survey. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Yvette. So now I'm here to present to you the new survey results that we gathered. So those are based from the secondary resources that we got. So the survey date that we had was taken from March 27 to April 6th. And survey name, that's the same as what we had before, survey to return to work in person or to encourage everyone. So we gathered survey from 23 employees, but we just got, you can see 13 employees who responded to our survey. So going to our figure 6. Okay, these are the areas employees would like to improve in the company. So we have reception area, kitchen, and office. If you could see, on those three options, we got most surveyed for the office. So they would like to improve more at the office area, and the least we got for reception and kitchen, and the rest did not respond for the survey. And going to the next one. Okay, those are the incentives that the employees would like if they chose reception area. So we actually have four options, but we got three answers from those employees or respondents. We got three and paint three for comfortable and three for painting. So we got equal. The rest did not answer for this surveyed. So going to the next one. So here are the incentives if they chose kitchen area. We got equal for the coffee press, air fryer, toaster, and one, which is the least, additional microwaves, and the rest still okay. We did not receive anything from those. And next to it is the incentives that they would like to improve in the office area. We have four. We have division panels, improving megabytes, paint or pin and whiteboard, and painting. office walls. So, but we just got three or two actually division panels and improving. We got the same survey, which is 3 and 3, and the rest did not answer. So most probably they would like privacy for the division and for the improving megabytes for faster work or productivity. So going to the next one, um, employees who are willing to work in person. So we got 9 out of 13 that are willing to work in person. The rest are not willing. So most of the employees really doesn't want to to work in person, and we got reasons behind those four people who doesn't like to work in person. So those are from 4 person. One answered long travel time, kids that needs to take care of, higher community. I think this one can do both, like the hybrid model because it will give you more relaxation. Also for the if you can see, we just got one for kids that needs to take care of. So meaning just one person just needed to have on-site daycare. If you can see way back from the survey that we got on the 2022, we got 12 surveyed for on-site daycare. So if you can see, it's we're getting less surveyed that they need an on-site daycare. So going to the next one, um, changes that employees are willing to accept. So we got and okay, we got the flexible schedule and hybrid work arrangement. If you can see, we got most surveyed for flexible schedule. And if they and going to the next graph, okay, for those employees who would like to change for arrangement or hybrid arrangement, we got 21 employees
Doesn't matter.
who doesn't like to work for hybrid arrangement, and we just got two that are willing to have that kind of arrangement. And going to employees would like to change for flexible work schedules. Those are the time that we offered. We have the 7:30, which we got three. Our respondents 9 to 6, we just got four, and the rest did not answer. So they preferred not so early work arrangement. And going to the next one, time they are or they can adjust to work in person. So we got three, at least 1 month, two respondents 1 month, one for 2 months, and three. So we got equal for 3 months. So most probably they preferred, they need more time to have an adjustment in working in person. And now I'm passing the floor to my colleague Guadalupe.
Okay, thanks. So just to wrap up all of the information that we could see in the survey and with all the graphics, we want to highlight the main points. So most of the people doesn't want to return, so because they prefer to still work at home. But for people who wants to return and they are willing to accept some of the incentive, they prefer enhanced office area. They are going for improving megabytes and also including this division, so maybe panels to have more privacy. Some people also mentioned about some implementations in the kitchen area. They want flexible hours, so they want to start to work at 9 a.m. and the hybrid form preferred. So our conclusion is it's even if Bernard Synthetic want to keep most of the employees working because we know that this is an asset, they are already trained, we couldn't force them to return. Even if we offer the incentive, they don't want. So mentioning that 40 employees doesn't want to return and just 9 will be open to hear some of the incentive or some of the flexibility that Bernard Synthetic could offer, we will recommend that it's better that Bernard Synthetic could talk directly with these 14 people who doesn't want to return, maybe explain which is the situation, because we know that most of them have 5, 7, or 10 years working at the company. So if we have the possibility to talk with one person, each one by one in person, maybe we could explain it better, which will be the incentive and the motivation. If they are not accept this because they really want to keep their work at home, we encourage Bernard Synthetic to start hiring new staff because we know that for even other companies, even if they mention that they plan that everyone return to work by the end of this year at their companies, we know that some people prefer to work at home and have more flexible schedules. So this is our recommendations. Also, we have our reference here. And now we start having this kind of question. If you have any question, we are open the floor to hear what are you thinking about our presentation and our findings. Thanks.
Okay, well, you consider that we must planning a massive resignation for different employees for this policy. And what is the best strategy that we need to consider for cover or variation about our
So as we have this period of 3 months, then we want to implement these new policies. In these 3 months, well, 9 employees will return, and we have this period also for the changing of staff. So we have these 3 months to train new staff for the 14 positions that other members are leaving.
Then maybe we will have a financial charge additionally, because if we need to train in an employees,
Mhm.
we must consider a financial budget for this implementation.
Yeah, I
So-
think. Sorry.
So can we identify the financial impact for this change?
Okay, for that, I was thinking that even you will spend money training people, and also if you try to incent and motivate some of the staff, you also will use some of the financial, some
We'll
of the
have some
budget.
expenses.
Yeah.
And also, that's why we are recommended to approach to all of
Yeah,
these people, because in that moment you will know which positions are those people, and you will know the salaries and
The
what do you
bracket.
need to look for, and also what kind of negotiation about the salary you can have. Maybe you can hire another manager if it's the case for a lower salary, maybe. I mean, that depends of the people. That's why we mentioned that 14 people, 4 of them didn't want to come back, and 10 of them didn't answer the survey. That's why you have to approach and you have to see which position are they, and then just based on that you can just plan the budget that you will need just to follow again to fill again that position. Okay.
Any other question?
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Like, what challenges might employees face when implementing a flexible work?
Which are the challenges that employees will face?
Yeah,
Inflexible
during
hours?
you implement like flexible.
Well, we propose to implement this, but it's depending on the company if they want to implement because we propose two time schedules. So some people prefer to start working early because they avoid the traffic, but others prefer to
Later,
arrive late
later.
because probably they will do some arrangements, different arrangement in the morning. So I think that it depends also of on each employee.
Anything I just want to highlight, regardless of the time that they will start, I think we have to, you have to be clear that they still have to cover the 8 hours per day, or
Mhm.
like, I don't know,
Like,
8 hours per
there
day.
is
So
no doubt that like most of the works are from Monday to Friday,
Yes,
around
this is
8 or 9 p.m. to until about 10 or 5 p.m. So, like, I think the 80% employees prefer to work in these hours. So, when that situation is happen in that company, so what will you implement for doing that to like solve that problem?
so I just want to be sure which is the question. So you are wondering what we will do if employees want to start
Yeah.
working at 9.
Yeah, and sometime in the companies they have two shifts like from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Well, actually, it
yeah.
depends on the company. For this company, as you know,
Yeah.
they are just working in office schedules. So
Yeah.
from Monday to Friday until 5 or 6. And actually, for that reason that we are offering this, just two options.
Many hours.
Mhm.
Great.
Any other question?
No, it's clear, it's clear. Well, we need to take your consideration and approve recommendation.
Thank you
For
for
the
that.
next.
Thank you,
And,
ma'am.
Okay.
I have a comment for your presentation. Your presentation is very clear and detailed and well organized.
Okay, thanks for
Thank
saying
you.
that. We will share the link for receiving the feedback of that presentation, and Leona will send you the link. Okay,
Later on.
thanks.
Thank you.
So much, managers.
Managers.
Thank
Have
you
a
for
good
joining
day.
us.
Lady
We will
bosses.
continue with